Good morning, everyone. My dear Won Dharma families, good to see you this morning. I miss you so much. Every day from 11 to noon, we offer prayer for your safety and well-being, especially for those who have a lot of worries and for those who caught the coronavirus and became sick. I sincerely hope and pray this situation will end very soon. Today, we are holding the Great Enlightenment Day online service. This is the day, April 28th, Sotaesan, the founding master of Won Buddhism, attained Great Enlightenment. Today is the Founder's Day and our spiritual birthday. Venerable Jeonsan, the head Dharma master in Korea, issued a Great Enlightenment Day message. I would like to start and read the first part of that message. Let me start. Celebratory address for the Day of Great Enlightenment and the founding of Won Buddhism. As we greet the Day of Great Enlightenment and the founding day on the 150th year of Won Buddhism, I celebrate the Great Enlightenment of our founding master Sotaesan, the Holy Honored, one of perfect wisdom and supreme enlightenment. I also commemorate the founding of Won Buddhism and congratulate all the lay and ordained members on this shared celebration day. Today, as we bear in mind the founding master's purpose and intent in coming to this land, I pray with all my heart and the grand vision and plan of the founding master will be realized soon, that this world will become a paradise free from ignorance, disease, and poverty of mind, body, or spirit. Currently, numerous people in countries worldwide lost their lives and suffer from pain as a consequence of COVID-19. I pray that this outbreak will pass as quickly as possible so the nation and the world may stabilize. Furthermore, I extend my deep gratitude and consolation to everyone who is suffering on the front lines to solve this problem. The founding master has filled us with great hope, saying that in the future an unimaginably ideal world will come about. He further said that the world to come would not come about of its own accord, but this would only be realized when we cure the ills of the mind and body and awaken to the truth of oneness of humanity and all things in the universe, and that we become one in the spirit of mutual life-giving. Venerable Jeonsan especially asked us to carry out 10 items for our practice at this Great Enlightenment Day. If I tell all of these 10 items, it may be too lengthy, In the same way, we need to eat a proper amount of food, even though the food is very nutritious and delicious. In this short period of time, I would like to share just the essence, not all the 10 items. Let us take time first and contemplate how we will practice his great Enlightenment Day message. Especially today, we need to feel and think about the meaning of great enlightenment that Sotaesan attained. As I often say to you, hello, Buddhas. Do you remember? This is actually what Sotaesan said to us. Sotaesan said, all people are originally Buddhas. All beings in the world are also Buddhas. If Shakyamuni Buddha was here now, he would also call you Buddhas. If Jesus is here, he would call you sons and daughters of God. The people who were awakened to the universal truth are the ones who dwell in the kingdom of God or in the Buddha land. Even when there is one Buddha, the world will shine brightly. Imagine that if this world is filled with so many Buddhas, how bright and amazing the world would become. Actually, Buddhas are the ones who live in the same world with us, but feel that in their minds. This is the power of the Buddha, his complete capacity. In old days in Korea, during Joseon Dynasty, there was a king called Taejo. One day he leisurely spent time with his teacher, a very respected Buddhist master called Muhak. The king made a joke first. Master, you look like a pig. The master said, to me, you look like a Buddha. The king asked the reason why he looks like a Buddha. The master replied, to the eyes of the Buddha, all look like a Buddha. To the eyes of the pig, all like pig. It is just a joke, but there is a profound truth in it. We all live in the same world, but we can live in paradise or the land of the Buddha, or we can live in hell, fighting with others. After Sotaesan realized the great truth, he named and called the truth as Ilwon. Ilwon is the source of all beings, the mind seal of all Buddhas and sages. It is the original nature of all sentient beings, the origin and the foundation of all things, and all beings are Buddhas. Within ourselves, within yourself, there is infinite and boundless sacredness, potentials, and contentment. Why don't you say to yourself, I am a Buddha? Did you do that? I miss your voice. You can feel that in your heart. If you look at yourself and others with the mind and heart of the Buddha, every being looks like a Buddha. The enemies and the person who hate or you think useless beings are also Buddhas. From the very source, all are one. You may ask, how could coronavirus be a Buddha? Actually, they are Buddhas and they are also very closely connected. It's connected us all either physically and energetically. To each and every being, to each and every Buddha, the way of making a Buddha offering is and should be different. We need to make a Buddha offering depending upon the characteristic of the Buddhas that we encounter. For example, depending on the person you meet, you can say different words or act differently. Then, how can you deal with the coronavirus Buddha? Instead of having fear and worries or resentment and hatred, we need to treat coronavirus Buddha as something that we must keep at a social distance and as something who teaches us to wash hands and remind us to maintain cleanliness always. There is a poem composed by Leah Sokol. This poem really reflects what I and you think and feel. Thank you for shaking us and showing us we are dependent on something much bigger than we think. Thank you for making us appreciate the luxury we live in, the abundance of products, freedom, health, and realizing we were taking it for granted. Thank you for stopping us to make us see how lost we were in the busyness, not having time for the most basic things. Thank you for allowing us to put aside all our problems. We thought we so important and showing us what is actually important. Thank you for stopping the transport. The earth was begging us to look at the pollution for a very long time. We didn't listen. Thank you for all the fear. It has been a global disease for years, but not many of us wanted to face it. And now we have to face it and learn how to embrace it with love and with the support of our community. Thank you for this revolution of our lives. Thank you as we finally understand what it means that we are all connected. Thank you for the unity between all of us. We knew the world has to change. Thank you for helping us to undermine everything and giving us a chance to build a world from the very beginning. Do you like this poem? There are a lot of things for which we need to be thankful to coronavirus. People actually start to think about and boost their immune system. When we feel grateful, our immune system will be greatly enhanced, and we will be so strong that nothing could hinder or harm us. Likewise, depending on the Buddhas and the situations, what we choose and do is and should be different. Depending on the different Buddha, we need to make a Buddha offering differently. Some time ago, one of my friends called me. She was very angry to her brother, who took all the inheritance after their parents' passing. She said to me that she needs immediately to meet her brother and have a serious conversation with him. I said, "Of course, you need to do that." I added one more thing. "But why don't you take some time first? Why don't you watch your mind first to calm down?" A few days later, she called me. She told me that she thought about the situation deeply and a thought arose in her mind. "Without my brother, who would have taken care of our parents?" She felt very grateful for her brother, who spent a lot of time taking care of their parents. Later, when she met her brother, she heard that he just temporarily saved their parents' money in his checking account so that he would later discuss how to deal with that money with all brothers and sisters. There is grace and gratitude that is not visible to us. We tend to miss it and can't see it clearly. But if we are really mindful and our mind is clear, we can discover it in many areas. Everything is grace and gratitude, but we are not aware of that often. Saints and sages look very deep into this invisible truth that every being is a Buddha, and everything is actually grace and gratitude. We can actually choose a lot of things in each and every moment. We choose to start a day with great hope or despair. We can choose to be happy or angry when we eat or whatever we do. When I visited Korea some years ago, I came to know one woman who was raising a son with a physical disability. She had to lead a terribly busy life at work as well as at home. Every night her husband comes home, he nags a lot, not helping the housework actually. It was hell when she was with her husband. But when she went to the Won Buddhist temple and learned the Dharma, she realized that my husband is also Buddha, and my husband is not originally that kind of a person. She realized that her husband acted in that way depending on some sensory conditions or situations. She thought, my husband will also come back to his original person or the Buddha sooner or later. After that awakening, Whenever her husband became picky and was nagging, she tried to come to her realization. My husband, Buddha, is temporarily upset right now. After she treated her mind and her husband with this kind of attitude of calmness, her husband started to change gradually. One day, she came home from work a little late, and she saw that her husband had prepared the dinner. It was the first time this woman attained freedom of mind through mind practice because of her husband's nagging. In this way, all sensory conditions, whether it is the words of husband or coronavirus, provide us an opportunity that leads us to get freedom of mind. In this way, we can empower our mind and enlarge the capacity of our mind and heart. When we encounter a difficult situation, we can choose to be grateful since that situation provides us and the opportunity to practice. Or we can let that situation become our master, controlling our mind. Everything is under our choice. This is the Dharma that the Buddha and the Sotaesan taught. Everything is of our mind's creation. That is why we need to do mind practice. Like when we encounter some difficult person, we need to contemplate and practice how to attain freedom of mind from that Buddha. When we are lonely or in despair, we need to use that situation as practice opportunity and need to get freedom of mind. In each and every situation, we need to practice in order to attain liberation from all things. This is meditation. That is the practice of Buddha. If we practice in this way, a sense of gratitude arises in our mind and heart. Being grateful is the essence of mind practice. It is also the core of the universal truth. In the minds and hearts of gratitude, there is the truth and the reality of the universe, true emptiness and mysterious being. This is the reality of Il-Won-Sang truth, which is full of grace and gratitude. Why don't we offer prayer of gratitude together? Prayer is not just a verbal thing. We need to feel that in our heart. If you continue to do this, your gratitude will go deeper and will expand. We will be filled with grateful energy. Let us be thankful and grateful. Let us practice that in our daily life. Could you repeat after me? Thank you. Thank you that I could breathe in and out right now. Thank you that I, at this moment, can listen to these Dharma words. Thank you that I can pray now. Thank you, even when I cannot feel gratitude very deep. Thank you, even when anger and resentment arise in my mind. Thank you to my mind, even when it is lethargic and hopeless. Thank you for all things around me. I am thankful that I am here. These days, you can see the flowers and the birds that are coming out. The more and deeply you watch them, the more mysterious they are. You can find out. You can also watch yourself. You can watch your mind mindfully. There is no time for you to be bored. I hope you agree. Just like birds and flowers, all kinds of things arise continuously in your mind ground. Isn't that mysterious? All things are unfolding in this way, and our mind also unfolding in this way. Our thought, emotions arise and cease in the same principle. This principle is called myoyu, which means in English, marvelous existence. All things around us are full of grace and gratitude. There is nothing which is not grace and gratitude. We are all Buddhas. This world is a Buddha land. This land is full of grace. Everything is grateful. Are you Buddha? Are you sure? Have a great day of mind, please. Thank you.